lovers. Okay, we're now in the third-ish week of June. I say third-ish because June started towards the end of the week in the first week, so even though it's only the 15th, so we're halfway through. So I wasn't able to get in my cupboard, so I don't know if I have any more hidden peat treasures away. I guess I will keep trying. But in the meantime, let's go to our finale of the peat comparisons. Okay, so we have our winners, the Paul John, win by default. Smokehead. And the Lagavulin edition, Nick Offerman edition to Guinness cask finish. Now, I fully, granted, I have said in the past the most peatiest wins. Therefore, I suspect that the Smokehead will win. I'm pretty certain it's the peatiest one I have. I'm fairly certain maybe I've had an Ardbeg that might have given a real run for its money. So not only will we confirm that it is indeed the peatiest in my collection, we will see which one I actually like best. Now, granted, what I like best is very much subjective to my whims and moods at the time. But hey, we'll try to make this a bit of fun. Okay, so let's start with the Paul John. Okay, so this is the youngest of these three. Again, remember, because the conditions in India causes whiskey to mature much quicker. It's probably also the darkest. That's the pour cask influence. It's got like nice berry, possibly blackberry smell. There's maybe some dark mocha, some chocolate, maybe a bit of treacle. Sweet berry flavour. It's got that smokiness, but I don't associate its smokiness with peat. It tastes more like a smoky paprika. But I'm being assured that Paul John's does in fact use Scottish peat. So I don't know, is it the pour cask finish? Is it the conditions in which it's matured? Is it because it's so young for a peat? I don't know what is bringing this flavour out. I like it. It's sweet. It's subtle, and there's a nice little peppery aftertaste to it. Okay. The Smokehead. Okay, so as you can see, much lighter in colour than the Paul Johns. This is a straight out whiskey. I believe this is, what is the age stamp on this one? Does it have an age stamp? Okay, so it's an Islay. Yeah, so it's an Islay whiskey, which just explains why it's so peaty. Okay, so it has no age statement, so it possibly could be minimum of 3. They've used a whiskey that's a minimum of 3, or it's a single malt. I don't know, but you can smell the peat already. Although I think last time I tried this, I said I thought it was much more subtle than that, but I can smell it now. Expectations, maybe? I don't know. Okay, we've got some nice underlying citruses happening. Bit of treacle. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you got a nice citrus, but that smoke flavour, that peat is just all through that. Oh, that is good. Like I said, I'm picking up some hints of treacle. It's not as spicy as the Paul Johns, but yeah, it's definitely got the peat. Okay, on to the Lagavulin Nick Offerman Edition 2. Okay, colour-wise, as I'm looking at it here, give me a second. This is the Lagavulin. Colour-wise, there's no difference between it and the Smokehead. But again, obviously a lighter colour. I know this one is definitely an 11-year-old. Okay, this one has some nice chocolate notes. On the nose, the peat is much more subtle. And a nice little citrusy thing happening. Okay, much sweeter than the smokehead, but the peat's a little less intense. So, like I said, smokehead wins peat. Congratulations, smokehead. As for my favourite, that one's difficult. These are all very fine whiskies. I'm probably leaning towards the Lagavulin. And I think it's just more because the Guinness cask finish it's just always fascinated me. The sort of chocolate notes. I've noticed it now more in whiskies, but this was the first one I think I really sort of tasted was like, whoa, I can actually taste chocolate in this. And then I realized because it's a Guinness cask, and of course I can taste chocolate. But since then I've actually started noticing it, so I think it's with every whiskey I try, I'm sort of refining my palate. I'm not going to call myself a connoisseur or an expert yet, but I think I'm actually getting quite good at some of these tastings. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Lagavulin as my favourite. Smokehead is definitely the peatiest. These are all fine. No one is being disparaged here. This is just my personal feelings right here, right now. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week, but I'm sure I'll think of something. So in the meantime, Sante.